Your ability to focus, and in fact, your ability of neurons to encode specific information in your environment, that is, to represent what's out there in the world, is actually related to your blood glucose level.
Focus, memory, and mood. Understanding the science behind cognitive performance. We live in an era of distraction, constant pings, multitasking, and relentless information streams that strain our focus, memory, and emotional equilibrium. But beneath the frustration lies a complex and beautiful biological system, your brain. Unlike social media soundbites, science converges on what actually supports or undermines cognitive performance and mood regulation. Today's Brain Power Wednesday unpacks the physiology and psychology of attention, memory, executive control, and mood, grounded in peer-reviewed scientific research. What are focus, memory, and mood? Scientifically defined. Before diving into interventions, we first define our terms with research clarity. Focus attention, the ability to allocate mental resources selectively toward relevant information while filtering distractions. Focus isn't a mystical willpower. It's a set of neurocognitive functions, primarily mediated by the prefrontal cortex and complex neural networks. Memory, a multi-stage process that includes encoding learning, consolidation stabilizing, storage, and retrieval. Sleep, emotion, and stress all shape these stages. Mood, an affective state regulated by neurotransmitters and hormones, dopamine, serotonin, cortisol, and others, interacting dynamically with cognitive systems. Long-term mood balance affects motivation, memory recall, and executive processes. Understanding these definitions primes us to appreciate how scientific factors like sleep, exercise, stress, and neuroplasticity interact with brain function. The brain's core cognitive systems. Executive function, the brain's control tower. Executive functions include working memory, holding and using information, inhibitory control, resisting distractions, and cognitive flexibility, shifting strategy when needed. These functions are essential for focus and mood regulation. Research shows that deficits in executive control, whether due to stress, sleep loss, or neurochemical imbalance, lead to lapses in attention and mood instability. A meta-analysis of randomized controlled trials, 107+ systematic reviews, found that physical exercise significantly improves general cognition, memory, and executive function across populations, including adults, older adults, and people with attention challenges. The brain's control tower isn't fixed. It's plastic, meaning it can adapt and strengthen with the right systemic support. Memory isn't just storage, it's active processing. Memory isn't a passive filing cabinet. Each stage requires active biological processes. For example, encoding requires attention and dopamine modulation, consolidation, especially reliant on sleep, both slow wave and REM stages. Retrieval, influenced by mood and stress states. Sleep plays a foundational role. Research consistently shows that sleep improves attention, memory consolidation, and emotional regulation, while sleep loss impairs executive control and increases emotional reactivity. In an ongoing study funded by the U.S. National Science Foundation, researchers are exploring how natural variations in sleep affect memory consolidation and emotional well-being, underscoring sleep's central role in cognitive and affective health. Stress directly alters cognitive functioning. Chronic stress isn't just an emotional experience, it rewires brain systems. The prefrontal cortex, a hub for focus and executive control, is particularly sensitive to prolonged stress. Chronic stress changes neurotransmitter systems and can impair working memory, inhibition, and decision-making. At the same time, stress hormones like cortisol interact with memory systems. Too much cortisol impairs prefrontal executive processes and increases amygdala reactivity, which may enhance emotional memory at the expense of cognitive clarity. In practical terms, high stress narrows attention but diminishes sustained, flexible focus, the kind needed for learning and strategic thinking. Sleep and cognitive function. The evidence. Sleep deprivation doesn't just make you tired, It measurably impairs cognitive and emotional systems. Clinical and experimental research shows that sleep loss reduces attention and concentration. Memory encoding and consolidation are weakened. Emotional regulation deteriorates due to weakened prefrontal control and increased amygdala reactivity. Neuroscience research also identifies sleep's role in neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt, grow, and reorganize connections, which underpins learning and memory. Without adequate sleep, memory consolidation pathways, especially hippocampus-dependent processes, are compromised, leading to both short-term learning deficits and long-term cognitive decline. Sleep isn't just rest, it's a biological process essential to memory and mood stability. Mood and cognitive function, a two-way street. Mood and cognition are tightly linked. Poor mood states, anxiety, depression, chronic stress, impair attention, slow processing speed, and reduce working memory performance. Likewise, cognitive burden, like excessive multitasking, can drain emotional resources, increasing irritability and mood volatility. This bidirectional relationship means cognitive and emotional health must be supported together. Behaviors that strengthen cognitive systems. Moving your body. Exercise is brain fuel. Regular physical activity improves cognition, memory, and executive function across ages and populations. Exercise increases cerebral blood flow, enhances neurotrophic factors like BDNF brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and supports oxygen and nutrient delivery, all of which bolster neuroplasticity and cognitive function. Even light to moderate activity, including active games or regular walking, produces measurable benefits. Everyday cognitive habits. What the research says. Here's a synthesis of lifestyle habits supported by cognitive science. Physical activity improves focus and memory by enhancing neural health and blood flow. Quality sleep consolidates memory and stabilizes mood. Chronic stress undermines executive control and emotional balance. Multitasking reduces attention performance and memory retention. Targeted cognitive training can improve working memory in clinical populations. Common myths, clarified by science. Myth: you can train intelligence like a muscle. Reality: there's no simple brain exercise that boosts IQ, but structured cognitive and physical training does improve specific functions like working memory and attention. The science of brain power. Focus, memory, and mood are not abstract qualities. They're measurable, dynamic systems shaped by sleep, stress, activity, and habits. The research shows that, if you want, I can prepare a weekly annotated reading list of key scientific papers referenced here, so you can link directly to the research behind Brain Power Wednesdays. Just let me know your preferred format.